How are you doing? How's your body feeling? Where's your heart at? And one question that I have always loved when it was asked of me the very first time, and it completely borrowed at, and that is from my friend Saber, Sabrlyn. Should you decide to go look them up, they are amazing. Go on and pass me that. Is what's true for you today. So, what's true for me today is jerk chicken, hanging with my family, processing all of the feelings, all of the emotions, all of the things that are happening in the world. And I'm sure that there's going to be some people that's like, well, it's nice that you could do that with your family and somebody else can't do that with their family. Yes, I'm also not spewing hate all over the world. If I decide to do that and somebody decides to take care of me in that sort of way, please, don't mourn me. Okay. Because I have become the complete opposite of everything that I sought out to be. What you doing, tiny human? Let's just wait, because I don't know why that thing is smoking like that. So anywho, what's true for you today? Let me know in the comments. I don't think it's supposed to be that smoky, little homie. But say ye. Did it? I don't know, homie. It feels like it's like a little bit too smoky. Kavita says, yesterday was really tough, but I've woken up and I feel much better and rested. I think I was fatigued from all the pushback from the mainstream against people who don't care or are happy for his death. Yes, there is a lot of um people that is chicken. People are demanding some serious heavy emotional lifting from communities that are directly, please don't do anything yet, that are directly harmed by his language, his rhetoric, his belief. And I'm glad that you are well rested now, because it is a wild thing to demand victims of someone's violence to, not celebrate or be happy. Now, I'm not the one that lands on the celebration, right? Like, because that's just not who I am as a person. Um, it's just not who I am. There's no value judgment there. It's just not who I am as a person. However, I do not begrudge anyone else, right? Like, we all kind of grew up singing Ding Dong the Witch is Dead, right? So we've literally been trained in our society to celebrate the downfall of one who brings harm to the masses, right? And I'm loving this new age way of I shan't of portraying who we saw as bad guys, as telling their side of the story, right? Like the witch from Oz, Elzeba, telling her story like, oh, maybe she wasn't wicked. Hmm. Really looking at Maleficent is one of my favorites, right? I always liked Maleficent. Didn't know exactly why, but I get it, right? Showing how, in truth, Maleficent, her whole fucking homelands was being plowed down. And she was once in love with this human who totally took advantage of her love to then bring the humans in and conquer and colonize her land. I am loving showing the full breadth of the story. You totally get to choose which side you want to be on. But we have all been trained and socialized into celebrating the downfall of one who brings harm. The difference is that as we are watching it in these days, is that the dominant narrative is the one that's losing it, right? Because they've always been positioned. I'm waiting for that. I think they have to get more white. What do you think? We're just gonna give it a shot? Go for it? Say fuck it and see what happens? Hold on. How are you gonna put that on there? We don't have another we don't have a thingamabob. Um, the dominant narrative is the one that's now failing, right? So the person that has always been positioned, let's move this sunshine. It's you. Watch out. Move back. Oh, I don't know, honey. That's so smoky. The dominant narrative, the people that have always been positioned or been able to position themselves as the good guys in a story, um, are the ones that are now doing Ding Dong, the Witch is Dead. Am I? Let me read that. Karen, this is really tricky for me. There are a lot of people who I work with who are absolutely heartbroken about what happened yesterday, and it makes me feel unsafe at work. And I'm at home and safe with my fur babies and Harry and husband. Oh, different Karen, because I was like, "Oh, Karen's been here before." Not that same Karen. Okay, anyway. Um, okay, let's talk about what's tricky for you, right? Because you're going to navigate a world that's going to have different feelings from you, and I get it. I'm not saying that you are unsafe at work. I mean, I'm just saying that you also don't have to express your necessary feelings about that, right? And people are allowed to mourn. I don't think that people have unpacked deeply enough to understand the mourning of a person or just of human life or just what they believe this person stood for. Like, right? Like, what exactly did they stand for, right? You just turn around and say Christian values, and that's just a difference of opinions. And like, he believed in family and all of that. And it's like, yes, but one type of family, one type of wing. Again, we are going to be discussing here. Thank you, Tiny Sous Chef. Um, okay, hold on. You got to slow down because I'm helping you. Is monoculture is the danger here, right? It is the demanding that we all feel a certain way about something. It is the demanding that we all see this person as human and not monstrous. It is that, right? Like it is if you just if you just didn't wear that skirt, that's what it but what were you wearing? You know? Like, why'd you have so many drinks? What did you expect anyway? It's that same idea, right? Because it's like, it's just a difference of opinion. Nothing that you should just be so bad about. Just if you don't like it, turn the page. And it's like, yes, I guess I could if it weren't going to kill me or people that I care about and love. Please don't put any more in that right now. Thank you. Can you put that back into the house and go put it into the sink so we can rinse it off? Okay. Thanks, sunshine. Okay, Morgan's out here cooking, cooking. So you definitely can feel unsafe at work. We Black people feel unsafe everywhere. So I totally get that that feeling is awful. You could just put some water in there. You don't have to actually like soap and water it. Don't do all of that. Just put some water in there. So I get it, right? Kavita says, so does that mean you have to censor yourself at work, Karen? Karen says more or less. Less. I have a Black man that I work with and we lean on each other. Everyone else I consider as potentially Gestapo. Fair enough. Yeah, and there is lots of nuance there, right? There's like, I mean, personally, like I said, I am not the type of person, and again, this is no fucking value judgment at all. I'm not the person that will necessarily celebrate death, right? Like, I'm not like, woohoo, they shot your ass. I'm not that person. That's just not who I am as a person. You know what I'm saying? But it's also, I'm not going to mourn your death. You know what I'm saying? And honestly, you live the way you want to. And I've always been that type of person, right? Like, I grew up in the hood. So I had homies that died in hood type ways, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, well, what the fuck did you expect was gonna happen? Or if they would go to jail or something like that. And I'm like, it just feels like correlated consequences, right? Like I'm over here barbecuing, right? So the potential of me being burned is going to be heavier. It's going to be heavier, right? It's going to, the potential is higher that I would get burned. I'm over here talking, I'm trying to do multiple things at once. The potential is there, right? So then I get to choose what the fuck that looks like. Pizza. I don't know if it's supposed to be this smoky, guys, but you know what? Here we are. All right, let me put these little things on. Hold on. So I guess I can see my chicken. You see my chicken? You see my chicken? So all of that to be said, I'm not mourning, but I don't have the celebrate. I don't have the thing that makes me celebrate. But again, not a value judgment. And for those that do that, right? Like ding dong, the fucking witch is dead. You get to do that. You totally get to do that. My personal life is not impacted by it, but systemic life is. And we have to turn around and think about all of those truths. And anyway, I don't want to waste my time, our time, on him. I wanted to check in on you guys. How are you doing? So come back here and tell me what's true for you while I try to figure out scooching over my coals. Somebody tag Mia. Think I'm gonna light a little bit. Kavita says, for me, one less white supremacist is a good thing because they were never gonna change and they would keep harming people if they are given more power. I'm gonna be honest, is that my theory on it is I think that it was intentional, right? Like the same way they've killed black leaders, I don't see it as any different as, a COINTELPRO operation. Like if we kill this young white guy with these radical thoughts, it's another sacrifice to the altar of whiteness, right? Whiteness demands a blood sacrifice. It demands everyone that assimilates to it to sacrifice something, specifically white bodied people, right? You guys are the blood sacrifice. You have to give up everything. You have to give up your cultural names, your language, your norms, your spiritual practices, your foods, your lands, all at the altar of whiteness. All of that, right? And I think that he is, when you're thinking about it from a business point of view, because America's a business and whiteness has a hierarchy, then you have to turn around and say, you know what? That's collateral damage and it's not that bad, right? The wife is going to be fine. Kids are going to be fine financially. She's pretty. She's conservative. Somebody will remarry her and she'll be okay. So it's a necessary sacrifice for their ultimate goal. Like right now, I'm here in Atlanta and not far, shit, I dropped my thing. And not too far from the colleges, the black college, right? You got AU, Spelman, Morehouse, right there. That's fine. Was on lockdown because of threats. We weren't even a part of it. Like, please leave us off the group chat. Like, we've been minding our bit. This is what black people have been doing. We've been barbecuing and learning, boots on the ground. Okay, boots on the ground. And learning line dances, but we're being threatened, right? And it's like, for me, what it feels like is because of our, like, the 92% are sitting out. We are going to we're not doing this. We're not doing this anymore. We're fucking tired. Let you guys figure it out. For me, what it feels like is a way to ramp up that very intentional racial violence because it'll be, we're obviously going to get here on these interwebs and be having these conversations. And they're like, "Oh my god, they're celebrating." And it's like, if y'all are out here killing yourself, white on white crime is crazy. I'm sure it's not supposed to be this monkey, but I don't think there's anything I can do. Okay. I got my thing on there. Kavita says, I'm not surprised. The suspect is a European American, though. I wouldn't be surprised if he was a disgruntled MAGA supporter. I wouldn't be surprised if he was a hired fucking government hitman. So, like nothing surprises me. I would not be surprised because that's on brand. Okay, we smoking now. All right. All right. I gotta go check on shit. I totally forgot that I had noodles on. That's nice and hot, I think. Do we close it? I'm gonna close that up a little so it can get super hot in there. All right. Temp is going up. Love that for me. But again, there is a bunch of nuance and stuff, but I really want you guys to be taking care of yourselves, right? Like what's happening. Because this is going to be a conversation that goes on for quite some time with people. So taking care of yourself, I want you to have some self-care plans in the works, friends. You know what I'm saying? Like today, I disengaged. I was like, oh, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing this. I was like, I'm fucking. You know what? I am fucking. I was already behind in my, on my party wall. I'm sitting here trying to get myself together, trying to get caught up. You're not taking no more? Boy, you hard-headed. We got a new kitten yesterday. I had a lot of things going on, and this consumed my time. And I'm like, okay, if this is consuming my time and my mental space, which is fair, how's everybody else faring? What are you guys doing? What's your self care? I'll tell you what I'm going to offer is that someone, thank you, someone share. Okay, thank you. Is that my money? Why are you playing with my money? It's not yours. You just said it was mine. So, anyhow, someone shared their thinking, right? Their processing, let's say their journal entries with me. And I think that that's a great idea. I think that that's wonderful to share your thoughts, right? With someone. I'm happy to be that someone, right? If you're in the Facebook group, the Makeshift Happen Facebook group, share them in there, right? I may turn around and tell them that too, right? Like, hey, if you guys want to share and pass that, there are no wrong answers. My whole point is if it's culture that demands a monoculture, in this culture that demands we process the way one sees fit, in this culture that does not allow us to defend, I want you to defend anyway. Karen says, varying myself in books, play, and history as well as craft. Love that for you. Right? And I want you to celebrate that difference, right? I want you to turn around and say, you know what? It's okay. I don't need to have a right answer per se. I want to go through all of the processes. It's why I stopped. Like yesterday, I was writing like fervently, right? And I was like, no, I'm not doing that. I was like, I got to take a pause and and really check in with my body, see where I'm at. I decided to take a nap. Oh God, I should have probably read the directions on that, huh? I know. Add pasta, vegetable blend, gently boil, uncovered. Drain, rinse with cold water, shake well to the drain. Stop licking me. Okay. Doing like a pasta salad. It's like super, easy, but I don't do them often. Josh. Ucha. Hey, what are you doing, man? What did you look on this thing? Excuse me. It looks like you're MLA. My aunt. Not kind. Shady. And not necessary. I think I'm gonna just add cold ice. Anywho, me too. It's like so simple and easy. So I just want you guys just to be having that space. You could do that here whilst I'm cooking and figuring out my life. You could do that in the group. You could do that in somebody's inbox. You could have a joint meeting with friends, but do something to get it out of your body in safe spaces because this world is going to demand that you feel a certain way. And newsflash, you're allowed to feel however the fuck you want, right? And what's even more so is you're allowed to feel whatever you want and for that to change, whether it changes with more information, whether it changes with time, whether it changes with processing. So either way, you get to change and you get to process and you get to feel all of the feels. What are you talking about, Shady? What? That's it. Morgan's over here harassing me, y'all. I can feel you and pooping everywhere. I don't like that word. I'm on the other end. You're alone. I'm gonna have to ask you to ring for your chair. It's gonna be so anyway, we could just stay here and listen to some music and hang out while I make dinner. as a distraction. Yeah, it's open up the top. Good job. Alexa, volume up. Sorry. Alexa, volume up. Get me some cereal. You say you're gonna get cereal? Okay. What? Nothing. I'm making dinner, but if that's what you want, what? I just want to. Okay. I've got this. Nothing have a single bite. Okay, okay. You're being like, I'm here. Yeah, what? Oh, oh. Oh. I do love hospitality. Kavita said, I've lost power this morning, so I don't know how to work without accessing my computer. And I don't want to go to uni because if the faculties are awful racist. Do you have to work today? Like, is this a must that you have to work? Or is there something that you could do sans computer? Because I can understand wanting to stay at home for yourself, and you should. Yeah, we need time saved up. Not really. I have a lot of freedom. You don't see Ireland. Just take today off. Just, just take the day off. You can. One, also, let's talk about the national grief that's being held. It's 9/11, guys. Fucking hell. You know, I was like, I gotta pause and just sit with the grief of that as somebody who was in the midst of it when it all happened. I shared on my Facebook, my first husband was in the Air Force during that time. My child was in New York City at the time. I had to get on a military plane. A whole lot of things. I had a lot of friends and family in the military. And just as a native New Yorker, um, take the day. Take the fucking day. Do I have like Italian? Is there no milk, my love? Is that what you're frustrated about? I'm so sorry. I'll get some. Okay, why are you whining like that? That's such a horrible song. Today is like one of those get everything out your fridge and use it. And what are you doing? You're being wildly aggressive because there's no milk. And I'm sorry that that happened, but I didn't do it to you personally. Yeah, without the milk. I didn't realize that it doesn't make any sense, but I honestly didn't realize that there was no milk. There was milk last night. What happened was Erin finished it while I was sleeping. Yeah. So I didn't realize that. But I get it. That's disappointing as hell. Don't know. No, you was awake. I was thinking why there was kids. Oh, really? Well, I didn't realize that. And nobody said, hey, Mom, we need milk. Oh, yeah, almond milk is an option. Yeah, yeah. I know. That's not the option you like, but it's definitely an option. And I love that because now we're finishing all the things in the refrigerator. Oh, more. Lower the high. The high. Denzel will eat it, love. But then again, the one that waits in the cereal. Nope. Ma. Hey, Michelle. We're just hanging out. No, not Miss Michelle, your student teacher. You will next year. Well, because she doesn't teach during the fall. Oh, good song. Alexa, volume up. Alexa, volume up. I want to know lost people die. I have like the worst habit of letting water run. But we're good. Good love, good love, on and on and on, forever on my mind. Good love, good love. Boy, I so damn happy. Hey, Lindsay, we're just hanging out, just taking a break from media. We're about to go outside and check on the chicken and the sausage. I'm like super excited with having a barbecue skill. I'm like, oh, stop. It feels really good to like want barbecue and be able to do that. You know, I see you. Don't think about that. Don't know. I was trying to watch video doing the people that don't believe all engaged in it. I want to whole straight. No, I'm gonna make the kids so mad. Oh, you think I have a sweet voice? Thank you. Laura says I got to get a grill. We have a janky one, charcoal small grill. That's it. So we prop it up with a box. So one of these days, I'll get a nice size grill so we can barbecue. I like so my grill. You don't like it? Pour it down the toilet. What are we gonna do with it again? Um, I had my first grill that was built like that. Um, I bought that for my eldest daughter, Jade's eighth birthday when we were living in England. And that thing came all the way with me from there. And I had it up until last year. And she just turned 29. Matter of fact, I'm lying. I had it until this year. So it is definitely an investment. That's worth it. And it's like a $200 investment. It wasn't like crazy. Um, Especially if you use it, let's put it that way. And then this one I have bought. Um, So Mark had barbecue for Jade's birthday one year, and but he didn't come, and he left it at his mother's house. So I went and picked it up for me, because the one that I had for Jade rotted out at the bottom. I was like, oh, I'm not gonna go buy another one. I'm gonna take back the one that I bought. But his punk ass, and he didn't show up. So definitely get one. And look on Marketplace because they be having people give away grills. Oh shucks! You see that? You see that? You see that? 100 motherfuckers can't tell me nothing. I'm like super stoked about this little skill. Oh, it's got some dripping. I want to see what these kids are gonna actually eat. Because you were like, "Oh yeah, I'm a barbecue," and then they were like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna eat cereal." Like Morgan just said. Oh shucks. Them sausages is looking tight pale though. I mean, I know they're cooking, but they're not. They're not doing it like the chicken. You know what I mean? So maybe I should move the chicken over. Get rid of a little bit of space to lay around and more air get through. I think I might have had them too close. This is fun, like actually learning because I'm like, I'm always down to learn some stuff, so I'm here for it. Let's see how hot it can go. Because I think Mia said like it needs to be like 300. Um, it's hot really fast. It's doing things. It's not going to the 300, but I think it's whiskey o'clock, y'all. Okay, so we have some pasta salad for sides, and I was gonna do burgers. Kavita says I'm gonna go as I don't have power. I'm so sorry. Yeah, I need to conserve the phone charge in case this lasts for a while. Hope everyone stays safe and has a wonderful evening. I hope you enjoy your time off, Kavita, and I hope you get power back soon. And I do want to offer that I think you should get a solar charger for your phone, right? Just one so we can hang out. No, but just honestly, solar, like, look, I'm one of these people, right? Look at, you see that? That's my solar charger on my phone, flashlight, everything. Those are lights in case my power goes out. So they just kind of like stay in the window. So if I ever need it, all I got to do is push it. Please do that. Just for your own preparedness. I mean, I'm going to see if these kids want burgers before I go crazy. Shady, you gonna eat a burger? No? Okay. Yeah, they're like really like I don't even think they're $20 on Amazon. Hey Papa, you gonna have a what was I gonna say? I'm gonna beat you up. How'd you know I was gonna say that? So you don't want a burger? So I can save myself the trouble of that? So check it out though. I got chicken on the grill. You're gonna have that though, right? Oh, I know, it's cooking. Hey, look at that. Asking saved me a lot of trouble. I sure can get you some more water. You always get me water, so thank you for asking. Uh, Look at that. Save myself the trouble. Now I don't have to make burgers. You see my thing right here? These are like all the kids in my life. This is why I don't paint it. Like it goes all the way down. I want to take it and I want to transfer it all onto like I don't know, like a 2x4, but prettier, and like bring it over there. It's like I love it. It's like one of my favorite features of the house. All right, hey, my other car. I don't have to make burgers. Oh, what? Shady wants one. Shady, where's my cup? Can you bring me my cup? Never mind, if you don't want to get up, right? That's the whole point of asking me to get some water. Never mind, I'll get it. You're right. That was silly, right? Because she dead ass asked me to get some water, probably because she didn't want to get up. And then I'm like, bring me my cup. Oops. That was such. Preeminent Academy oh, thanks, kiddo. Magicians and bombers and funeral directors. Yes. This will include updates. What are you guys having for dinner? You know, you don't even know you're thirsty, and then you're like, oh, I was thirsty. All right. I guess we can go sit outside. Shoot, I make myself a little whiskey. That really is a question. Little Caesars, man, we do that like once a week. Quickly, too. Quick. Zero hesitation. Jesus. What do you mean? Yeah, there's not even a corner. Oh, that was depressing. We had girl bye. We had a main ceremony for the 999 portal. And I guess we finished it. There was only a little bit of whiskey left anyway. But I guess we finished it. Let me see who's coming over here. Let me see who I can get to go run. Are you still doing it anyway? Huh? Yeah, I'm looking at you, shady. I think that this is going to be my biggest issue with barbecuing. You have to actually like be with the barbecue. But I think that this weather for me is much better than summer because I do not do uh Georgia summers, homie. Mm-mm. Me and GA don't do it. We're not rocking. Oh, we're at 310 degrees. And go into this. Turn on over here so we can still have music in the gazebos. But baby, you're gonna throw what away? No, you could eat it. We're already here. I just want you to think about that for next time. Like I want to be able to trust. Look at the couch. Oh, all right. I feel quite accomplished because I always assumed barbecuing was much more difficult. Well, I mean, I'm not like out here doing it like the grill master, but it's pretty cool. It's outside. There's not too much muss and fuss. Alexa, play Anita Baker. And here we are. Hi, Marianne. Matter of fact, Alexa, play Delilah from iHeartRadio. Delilah from iHeartRadio. All right. I'm going to just sit here and wait for my din din to get ready. But I do want you to think about what you're going to do for your own body because this conversation is going to go on for much longer. And it's just going to get bigger and bigger. Because if I'm not mistaken, I think that Charlie Kirk is going to be awarded I don't, medal of I don't know. This fucking president makes up anything. I'm watching a fucking sitcom. You know what I'm saying? The award of freedom. I don't know. But my point is even if the government in and of itself were not actually involved in the murder of Charlie Kirk, they're absolutely going to exploit it to further the divide, to further stoke that fear, right? Because people that last week, last week were waiting with bated breath for Trump to be dead. And I was like, wow, you guys are really waiting on someone to die. That's wild to me. Those same people are like, how dare you? How dare you? So I don't believe you, right? And if you notice, like I've been writing about like that moderate liberal position. And that is where it's at, right? Because that's who's attacking people now. Like, show some empathy, right? Like it's The delusional influencer on TikTok says the liberal is a conservative in drag, and I feel like that's the best. That's the best thing, right? And like during these times, you see where you're tested. So it's not. I don't want you to think, Alexa, volume to two. I don't want you to feel like I am chastising you in regards to it, right? I want you to examine that. I want you to get curious with that, right? I want you to be like, last week I was waited with bated breath for someone to die. And ask yourself, right? Get curious. Were you okay with Trump dying because you would thought that it was going to be natural causes? And is the violent act of murder what's disturbing you? Because at the end of the day, you were still waiting for someone to drop dead, right? And that person has a wife and kids and family and all of those things. So I just want you to get curious and examine those things and examine, what does empathy look like when, you know, it's not palatable, right? I had posted earlier here, Facebook and Insta, and was like, if we can't extend empathy to those who are not feeling bad, that's not actual empathy. That's not how that works, right? So empathy is about, it's not sympathizing, right? Like, oh, I too have had a husband that was shot and killed. That's sympathy, right? Been there, done that. I feel you. I've actually walked in your shoes so I could feel that grief, right? Empathy is saying, I have not been there, but I could imagine how you must feel, right? If I could take a moment out of my body and step into what you're going through, I'm not a trans person, but I could absolutely sit down for a moment and be like, oh, I bet that there's some relief, from trans people, right? And that's just one group. This guy talked about women, Black people, Muslims. He called a Chinese guy, oh, when it's a chink. Like, I promise you, he's up there racist. Like that doesn't just flow out your mouth unless that's a normal part of your conversation and lexicon, right? Um, so all of those things, just get curious about it, right? What does that look like? What does empathy look like for you? Right? When you embody it, right? How do you move through those feelings of being uncomfortable? You know what? This makes me uncomfortable. You could be uncomfortable and still not finger wag at somebody. You could be uncomfortable watching people celebrate his death and still not finger wag. You could just examine that. You could just get curious. You could just turn around and say, hey, this makes me uncomfortable. Right. I had someone on that post where I was like, if you're not extending empathy to those who are not feeling sorry, it's not really empathy. This person who literally in their own bio calls themselves a radical therapist, right? So this is a therapist. Their response was, tell that to abuse victims. And I was like, wow, that's what happens when we react and we don't respond because you didn't read or you just can't comprehend. I'm not here to figure out which one that is. I don't give a damn. But that's what's happening. There's a lot of reactions, right? That's why today I decided to put it a kibosh in it. Because like I said, I wrote yesterday. I stayed up late yesterday writing because I know that a lot of people were feeling a lot of different ways. And I was like, you know what? Let me offer my nuanced view. Do with it what you will. And I have some more that's coming. But I took some time with it today and I was like slowing down because, this September is like stew, pop culture, what's going on in the world, and bringing it into decolonization and liberation work. And it's also the Gilded Age, because that show was so damn good. And I'm showing how the Gilded Age and how these time loops are just happening. We have not left the Civil War. Reconstruction failed, and we are still living in the times of that. The South, in fact, has risen again. It's why you see so much rise of white supremacy. They're finally able to be out, right? Like they're here. When the KKK took over, that's why you see so many people in Congress, in these higher up governmental positions that have ties to the Klan. The South rose, right? Reconstruction was annihilated. And so I'm showing those overarching parallel timelines and thorough ways or through ways, if you will. Sue says, yes, they are. Yeah, they have, right? And I'm like, the Reconstruction is a very, very interesting time in history because you happen to have, like, in that Gilded Age, those are the moderate liberals of the time, right? Because they see themselves as progressive because, they're up north, they're not enslaving people, Black people are around them, sometimes they summer with them in Rhode Island. So they see themselves as progressives, which some like, which mirrors today, right? You'll see like white progressives or liberals be like, I have Black friends. I'm like, you work with Black people. It's not the same fucking thing. You're not in community with Black people. You're not in community with trans people, yada, 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 yada. Sue said, yeah, they never left. They didn't, right? So when I like tie those parallels is like, I am writing because a lot of the things people are talking about is like, feel something for Mrs. Kirk and her children. And I'm like, this is a myth of white woman innocence, right? White women wanted in on the Klan so bad, they literally made their own faction. Okay. Not only were they laundering the hoods of their husbands, packing them up little lunches when they went to their Klan meetings to go kill Jews, queers, and niggas. They were quite literally like, no fair. I want to be a Klan member too. Huh. What? That's fucking wild, right? So we're not going to pretend or we're not going to continue that myth of white woman innocence, right? Because I can hold the space, right? Because this is what empathy is. I could hold the space that white women, you guys are both victims and perpetrators of cis Christian hetero white patriarchal violence. Are you a victim of it? Absolutely. Do you perpetrate it? Hell yes. Okay. Multiplicities, multiple truths exist. I can see you, can witness you. I could hold your hand and hold you accountable and say, listen to me when I say this. You can get free. Like, this is an active choice you're making. I'm not going to be fucking and feeding my oppressor. Damn sure not going to be breeding him. You do with that what you will. So what I'm working on is because you guys have been so patient with me, because I have been doing more pop culture than sticking to my beautiful editorial that I built out over the freaking summer. I am going to be tying in the myth of white womanhood into empathy, into the Kirks family, and into the Gilded Age, right? Because you guys see a family picture, and you know what I see? I see a family picture of Klan members. I'm sorry. Okay. I see a whole family in Klan hoods because, yes, they even made cute little Klan outfits for their Klan babies. Yeah. So we'll be unpacking that. But because there's going to be so many think pieces and things flooding your bodies, flooding your news feeds, what I want you to be doing, right, deeply and intentionally is touching your truth. Ask yourself that question that my good friend Saber loaned me is what's true for you today? And that could be in the moment. What's true for you this moment? True for you tonight? And these things change because we're dynamic, right? In this moment, you may be celebrating. In next moment, you may be sad. And that's grief. That's emotion. That's being a dynamic human. You may never feel that way. You may never feel that way. That's also okay, right? You don't have to feel bad for your abuser, and it's very wild to me why we do this, right? And I would like to say you'd never ask a victim to feel bad for their abuser, but we do it all the fucking time, right? We gaslight people all the time, very specifically with people that have no contact with their parents. You only get one mother. You only have one father. And it's like, did they fucking know that when they were abusing me? Because Launch says, you touching your body helps me remember to touch mine. It's easier to forget. Yes, I'm a big time. I touch myself a lot. I touch myself when I think about you. Yeah, but it does help me get into my body. So I'm so glad that it is a reminder for you to get into yours because it's needed, right? But so I want you to know that, right? I want you to be okay with feeling all of the feelings in different types of ways. And I want you to know that it is a part of our normal social fabric to literally gaslight victims into being forgiving and loving of their abusers, right? And to sanitize their harm. Like I said, earlier, I said, like, I'm not shocked when people live a certain way and die a certain way, right? Like, I'm not shocked if you are doing crime, you go to jail. I'm not shocked if you are outside gangbanging, you're gonna die. Like, it's on brand. Like, it's doesn't feel like a tragedy to me. It just feels like a hazard of the job. I I don't know. Like, um, and it's not that I don't feel bad, but it's just like, what are we doing here? I can mourn the person. I can mourn the good parts. I didn't know this person. I didn't know this guy. So I don't know the good parts. I'll leave that to the people that actually knew him. I don't know him. I've not spent time with him. I do not have a human connection to him outside of the fact that we're just all interconnected as humans. So I can sit down and feel the weight of human loss. It sucks. Death is a part of life also. Multiple things, right? So anyway, it is a part of our normal social fabric, sadly, to gaslight victims into loving on their abusers. Like, people die and they were terrible people, and all of a sudden they sanitize them. And this happens in our own lives, guys. So, like, it's not shocking, right? I want us to bring it from the big into that, right? Into macro, micro. What do I tell you guys? Inner world, outer world. Your uncle was a piece of shit. Like, he was abusive. He beat your aunt. He probably touched your cousins. Like, your dad was a drunk alcoholic bastard. There's a lot of different things. But when they die and that eulogy gets released, baby, apparently, they're the best thing smoking, and the people that knew him are like, "What?" So that's another aspect to I'm talking on Substack and Cooking Chicken. That's another aspect to hold for Mrs. Kirk, right? Because it's crazy. Imagine an entire nation mourning your husband, but he really thought that women should be submissive and that they weren't worthy of being speaking and doing and or having a career. So like there's multiple truths there for her. Right? Because she could be, because like I said, you guys are both a victim and perpetrator, right? And until you guys dismantle your role within white patriarchy, until you let go of white womanhood, because that is also a construct, you will continue going in loops with your oppressor as well. So she may also be going through a time like, wow, the whole world is mourning this asshole who I couldn't even express my opinion. I couldn't even have a job, right? And now she's 36 years old. And by the way, he says that that age is way beyond their prime because you're ugly. She's been a career wife. Not that she won't be taken care of because his business is a multi-million dollar business. And folks that have that have investments and often have really good life insurance. I'm sure she's straight. But you got to think about those sorts of things, right? Like I said, macro, micro. There's a lot of things that she's going through too. So there's a lot. There's just a lot. And my biggest thing is fuck that. Take care of you. We will have so many more things to unpack as we go through the work of dismantling this shithole that we're in. That this doesn't have to be a major thing, right? This doesn't have to be, it's not going to change your life. Like, it's not going to happen. You're not going to have to take off of work, go to a funeral. You're not going to have to make any arrangements. You don't have to join the eulogy. You don't have to find a pretty black dress. You could opt out. Ew, check it out. Those coals are all pretty. I think I'm dying. I think it's done. Oh, that looks a little more done than I wanted it to be. But then again, I'm proud of it. Da-da-da, da-da-da. Let me see. This is the biggest piece of chicken. I want to make sure that's done. Y'all see my chicken? Ew. Thank you for barbecuing with me, guys, and hanging out with me, making zin zin, resetting, right? That's what I call it. When me and my kids are going through something and it's like a little bit heavy, sometimes we're in here and we're beefing and we're fussing. And I'm like, oh God, we need a reset. I also call it a reset when we're peeing at night. Every night at 8:30, Alexa goes off and she reminds us it's time to reset, which means we bring our home back to its state in which we could live in, right? Dishes, trash, cat litter, tidy up, whatever we need to do. Um, so that's what I want for you guys to do. Reset. See, yeah, the people's lunch. This has been a roller coaster of emotions for me, and it will be. It will be, friend, and it will continue to be, and that's okay. I'm sorry, I was trying to put the telescope, and that's okay, and it will be. And it will be for a while because this is going to be discourse for a while. So that's what I'm saying is that you don't have to jump to a conclusion today. Like, you don't have to be like, yes, this is how I feel and that's how it's going to stay. And this is how you can feel today. And tomorrow, you may feel different. Damn, all this coal is going to go to waste, isn't it? But then again, I don't want to put other things on here and nobody's going to eat it. Maybe we should put hot dogs. They do look good, don't they? I'm very excited about my life. You can't tell me nothing. I'm bees in the trap. Bees in the trap. 100 motherfuckers can't tell me. You guys want me to put some hot dogs on there? You guys want some hot dogs on there?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Because we
I
still
said yeah.
What the hell is that?
Spicy bowl.
Why the hell am I cooking if y'all ain't eating other things?
I'm not going to eat.
You better eat.
Nah.
Don't nah me.
You more than Eric about that shit. So why you eating it? No, I'm not eating nothing now.
You gonna eat this food.
You can eat my booty like, bro.
What? Oh my God. Do you guys want to see my kitten? Do you want to see my new kitten?
No.
Want to see my new kitten?
No. You're showing his booty crap. You're not funny.
Oh, what's your mother? Are you hungry? Isn't she adorable? Well, we don't know what their gender is.
No. It's a girl.
So I think I want to name her.
Name's Moon.
So we like Moon, but I think I'm going to go with Quiva Moon. Isn't she lovely? Kitty, see that? You're welcome for the reset, Susan. Here, pet the kitty with me. Really? She's so freaking precious.
Where my phone?
Do you want to feed her?
Yeah.
Please be gentle.
I damn
I love her. And I love a little black kitty. Okay, you want to go take her and feed her? Because she might be hungry. Do not forget that after she finishes eating and having a little drink, to bring her to the cat litter box, okay? Because she's a baby. It's an itty bitty kitty.
But honey, can you open the cat litter for me?
You could ask one of your siblings because there's so many people here. Morgan, I'm cooking.
Where'd I? Damn in my damn motherfucking hour, baby.
Golly, boy. That boy curries like he works on a fucking train day. Katie, do you want hot dogs on the grill? I'm so sick of these kids. Oh, Lord. Have mercy. She is a cutie, and she is so freaking adorable. We're supposed to get a second one because I'm a glutton for psychosis. I'm really just setting myself up for the amazing single life of me and my cat. I have full-on plans on being a hot, sexy cat lady who just gets laid around the world. I have done the marriage and children thing, and it was lovely. And I've been married twice. And now I want to have cats and kids and be left alone. Like in the healthiest of ways.
Mom, can you open this?
Open what, love? What is that? Yeah, bring it over here.
Hurry, I don't want her to get up. I let her a little crib.
You put her in the crib. Lord. And I made a crib. Okay, can you read? Is that enough open for you? Or do you need me to open it all the way? There you go.
Cute.
You're welcome. Shit, I forgot my bowl. I'm just gonna leave it here. Here, look at that. Like it's like grill ASMR. How about that? I'll be right back. Let me just go get my bowl. Hey. Okay. I got my bowl because I was like, oh, I gotta close this thing. And then my chicken would be there. See my pioneer woman. If there's something wrong with her, I'm already sure. Okay. It's America. She's white and southern. But I love her shit. Okay. Uh the people's lunch says I am down. Somebody tell me how to make these things. Okay, there we go. I'm down to 2 cats and I'm resisting the temptation for another. Child, we have 4 cats in-house and one that just like comes back and forth. Me and my neighbor share T'Challa. He's an all black cat. But he was a tomcat as well. So like, and he's settled down at our neighbor's house. And I'm like, that's cool. So my friend said that they had some cats. And I'm actually waiting on the sibling to the kitten. So she's not completely alone. I'm insane. I'm gonna tell you what though, right? I love cats because they are so damn sovereign. Turn up. Go ahead, me. You can't tell me nothing. Listen, I am so thrilled with this skill. I was so dependent on either one of my husbands running through them, or one of my besties to make barbecue. And now I can do that myself. And I love that for me. I love that for me. I want you to find a skill that you depend on someone else for and do it for yourself that you like. Nothing, like if you have to always outsource it and you really like it, learn it. I'm so fucking thrilled about the barbecuing thing. And like I waited years to do it. I'm 46. My last barbecue was last week. My first barbecue last week. Oh, you got pizza? What kind of pizza do you like? I had 2 cats, 2 dogs, and then 3 cats, 1 dog, now 2 cats. IOG3 are all across the Rainbow Bridge together now. Aw, blessings to them. We had chickens, rooster, bearded dragon, dogs. Like my whole life, we've had some type of animal. We are down, our pets family. We are now down to just the cats. I'm going to probably reintroduce chickens back to the homestead um, this fall, right? But like, I needed to get my shit together. I'm just trying to take care of children and work and do all of those things was like, I was like, a truck hit me with my separation. So like now I have my bearings and I'm like, okay, we have a good little rhythm. I may be able to add some chickens. And I think I'm gonna list my RV on HomeAway and see if I could barter like they put a solar system in there or that kind of thing. And they could help me like get the chickens and the shit together. Let me see. No sauce, extra cheese, garlic, grilled onion, pepperoni, and jalapeno. So it doesn't okay, forgive my ignorance. Is that not more like just like focaccia bread then? Without the sauce? Because focaccia doesn't have the sauce, does that? It sounds delicious though, because like I go for it, you know? Covered up my food. You have to put a top of well, a cover. Oh, what a good song. I mean, hey, that's it. That's it for me. So if you want, you go on and just hang out and hear some music. Let's just hang out and let's just ignore all of the things happening and let's just reset our bodies. And Delilah's like my favorite DJ. So she's gonna take us. She's gonna have to take us to good places. I don't like tomato sauce, and if they have it, I will get like an olive oil. Ooh, here for the olive oil. I mean, olive oil and bread is something I can eat along. Gee, there must have been one mosquito that just ate the whole side of my upper thigh right there. It's like 5 bites in one place. I'm gonna call my mosquito people. At home, I make sauce from roasted red pepper. You're fancy. Oh, look at me. I think I'm special doing barbecue. From roasted and just roasted red peppers? That must be delicious. My kids would like that. They eat red pepper and aren't they eat peppers just like raw. So do you make it the same way? Oh, not cooked. I get it. Is it a sensory thing? Like texture? Um, do you make the sauce from the red peppers the same way you would make it from tomato? Yeah, that I could see that you have like you're deeply expert, a deep expert at it. I don't know. What do you mean by cheat? Like, are we throwing it in a blender and mashing it and then heating it up? What's the cheat? And you probably check on them hot dogs. I want a radio station. Just hang out, listen to music, talk shit. Jar roasted. Oh, that's what I'm talking about. That's my kind of recipe. Jar roasted red peppers, pulls in food processor with put it in the food processor with olive oil, salt, crushed red pepper. Oh, and drain the peppers. Yeah, I could do that. Because I was like, dang, do I have to actually like boil this up, peel it off? What's happening here? What's because it felt like it was a lot of work, but I like this. Get one consumption. I like tomato sauce, but what I'm thinking is I can add this red pepper sauce to the tomato sauce to give it a little boost, a little razzle dazzle. So sweet for me. You're too sweet for me. Take my whiskey. Okay, we got hot dogs for the tiny humans. I'm really excited about this. I'm thankful that you guys are hanging out with me. Fuck. That's my bitch curse like sailor. I don't mind tomato sauce if it has cream, like a vodka sauce. Ooh, I love a vodka sauce. A friend once told me that's a tism. Yeah, I was gonna eventually ask. We were getting there. We were getting there. Cause that's my kids. So like how Kieran and Erin are audio tree. So when something comes up, I ask them the same thing I asked you. That's why I asked them. Is it a sensory thing? Like I'll ask them, is it the flavor or is it the texture? So like they have gotten really good about, no, I like this flavor. Have a good night, Suze. I like the flavor. I just do not like the texture. So then that gives me some clues on what I can get them. That's like, okay, like right here, like what I said now, they may not like red pepper sauce, right? But they like the actual red pepper. So that's the perfect example of those two things. Like let's say they came over and they had tasted the red pepper sauce and I'm like, I don't like that. I'm like, oh, flavor, texture. And they'll be like, oh, texture. I'm like, cool. So let's get you some red peppers. So that's fine. That's fine. I'm gonna jump off here. Because now my hot dogs are almost ready. I am going to shit. I'm gonna go upload my live from yesterday because people are waiting on that. So that'll be my goal tonight. Hold me accountable. Okay. My goal tonight will be to finish the article, the companion article that goes with my live from the other day. Thank you for joining me. I hope that you just take your time. There's going to be tons of things to say, like tons of tragedies. And I want us to think about the collective grief that's going on right now. It's September 11th, right? Thousands of lives, tens and thousands of lives were impacted by yet another sacrifice to the altar of whiteness, right? Aside from that, there were two school shootings yesterday. Christ. High school and college. Like there's a lot more than one thing. The collective is collectiving. Okay. So it's okay to check out and say no. It's okay to reset. It's okay to be like, time out of your nope. Schedule. Nope. Right? Like absolutely not. That's my favorite. My favorite one is absolutely not. It feels more finite, right? Absolutely not. Not doing it. So I hope you have an absolutely not night. Whatever that absolutely not is, choose it fully, fully in your body and just reset and do what you got to do. It doesn't clean as well. Yeah. See that? I did not know about the other shootings. Yes. In Colorado. If you want a better clean, Tide Pods are only 12 right water. So there is an interesting, now I have to talk about it. There is an interesting juxtaposition of the person who literally his answer to other school shootings is like, well, there's just going to have to be deaths so we can keep our 2A rights. And I'm not anti 2A, baby. I'm packing wherever I go. So I am not, 2A just doesn't protect me. The 14th Amendment does, right? Because I did not get Second Amendment rights. I had to get the 14th Amendment to carry mine. So I do support being armed. That's not this. Do not get that confused. But it's very interesting that the person who was like, oh, well, there's just going to have to be some gun deaths in order to keep our 2A rights in order to protect our other God-given rights. Also, rights are not God-given. Like, rights are man-made and given by man. It's a whole other thing. But yes, I do believe that in the high school shooting, I could have it wrong because, to be honest, my focus was more on Charlie Kirk. There were 3 injured in high school, but I do believe that some people died in the college shooting. So yeah, like there's a lot going on. And I want us to truthfully hold ourselves. Hold yourself, right? Sit down, rock a little bit, hold yourself, take some breaths. It was some shirt. Oh, sorry. I was James, if you've been taught me church, you won't be smoking a lot. She never gives anything. It's the big. I'm not scared. And just allow yourself to come back into your body. Just allow yourselves to check out of certain things that we can't change in this moment. And we can feel all of the feelings, all of them. We are that expansive and we could still return to ourselves and take care of ourselves. Because that's what you need. You need to be able to have the capacity to continue to do liberation work, to be able to sustain yourself during liberation work. And that means becoming wildly expansive, like coming back home to yourself. You know what I think about is Aladdin. I've been a parent since I'm 17, so a lot of my stuff is going to be kids' movies. But the genie in the cartoon version, where he was like, he's talking to Aladdin, and Aladdin's like, oh, it must be so cool being genie. He's like, cosmic power, itty bitty living space. That's what it is. All of this expansiveness, itty bitty living space in your body, right? You are the genie. You have all of the cosmic power, all of the cosmic connections, all of the things are possible for you to bring about. But you have an itty bitty living space. And I want you to take care of that itty bitty living space. Okay? I'm gonna go get these hot dogs for these kids because even though I made like some Italian sausage and some jerk chicken, their asses will eat these funky ass hot dogs. And you know what? It's his life. I'm gonna have chicken for the rest of the week. 7 minutes. I will be back tomorrow. I will be back tomorrow at 9:30 a.m. for Friday with Friends in the morning. Bye.